Hi book fans, I'm Melinda Salisbury and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my debut novel, The Sin Eater's Daughter. It is the story of a girl taken rags to riches style from a very, very dismal life to one in a castle, only to find that the glamorous life she'd hoped for isn't what she gets. It's a treacherous place, inhabited by treacherous people. The idea came to me in the shower while I was singing and thinking how brilliant I was at singing. For the record, I'm not very good at singing. And then I started to imagine what it would be like if I actually was, and if I had to sing for a king in a castle. And I am a huge fan of very specific periods of medieval history. And so I started to pull in everything I knew from British medieval history about lives back then, particularly young girls' lives, and how they were conducted and what limitations they had. I also travel quite a lot, and so there are lots and lots of things in The Sin Eater's Daughter that come directly from my travels. So, for example, the Mirror Maze, which is a scene in the book, is a real life place. You can go and visit it on Petrin Hill in Prague, and when I visited it with my friend, I knew immediately that I was going to steal it and use it. So a lot of the food comes from food that I've eaten while I've been travelling as well. So the rose pudding specifically is a dish that I ate when I was in Tallinn. All of the goulash comes from Hungary and Prague again. It's I basically stole a lot of stuff from the real world and then twisted it around to make it mine. My favourite character to write is Twylla, because she goes on such an extraordinary journey throughout the book. She starts in a place where she's very subdued and quiet and obedient, almost depressed in terms of how much she's willing to engage in the world around her. And slowly but surely, because of events and boys, she begins to explore her own personality a little bit further. She's a very internal character. But by the end of the book, she's externalising herself in a way she didn't at the start. It's a bit cheated that my favourite character to write, however, is the Queen, because she is evil and it's fun. Not in the slightest. I am not one to sit quietly and let things happen to me. I am a lot more like Leaf, I think, in that I would get in and get my hands dirty, get involved with stuff. Touch would not be my weapon of choice. I think I would like pyro powers. Like if I was a pyromancer, can you imagine me with fire? It would be the most entertaining thing. That would be cool. That would definitely be up there. Ice wouldn't be too bad either, but I think it lacks the pizzazz of fire. There's something about the idea of setting someone physically on fire because they vexed you that it's not quite the same with ice. If I couldn't have that kind of power, I would choose a bow and arrow because I'm very, very good at shooting.